In today's world, enterprise AI isn't just a nice-to-have, it's a strategic must. But here's the thing, unlocking its real value isn't about hiring more data scientists or buying the fanciest new algorithms. It's about fundamentally rethinking the very foundation of your enterprise, your data infrastructure. So let's dive into the blueprint for building a data platform that is truly AI-ready.
All right, here's our game plan. First, we're going to tackle the core challenge, why so many AI projects fall flat. Then, we'll lay out a clear vision for an AI-ready platform, complete with the architectural blueprint. After that, we'll get into the absolute essentials, governance and scale. And we'll wrap up with a practical, phased roadmap to help you turn this whole vision into a reality.
So, let's get right to it and start with a hard truth. Enterprises are pouring billions of dollars into AI, but honestly, the returns? They're often underwhelming. That promise of game-changing insights just seems to stay just out of reach for so many. Let's dig into why that is.
And this really gets to the heart of the issue. You see, the common thinking is that when AI fails, it must be an algorithm problem, right? A modeling issue. But the reality, and we see this in study after study, is that the problem isn't the code. It's the weak data foundation feeding that code. In fact, some reports show that over 80% of AI project failures boil down to fundamental problems with the data.
And these barriers, they're probably all too familiar to any data leader. You've got data silos, which give you this fractured, incomplete picture of your own business. You have inconsistent data quality, which basically poisons your AI models before they even get started. Then there's the legacy infrastructure that just can't handle modern workloads. Throw in weak governance, a data Wild West, and what do you get? You get that final, frustrating barrier where a proof of concept that looked great in a lab just completely fails in the real world.
So here's the single most important takeaway. Your AI initiatives will only ever be as good as the data platform they're built on. Investing in cutting-edge models without first building a modern data stack? Well, it's like trying to build a skyscraper on sand. It's a strategy that's just destined to fail.
Okay, so we've diagnosed the problem. Now let's pivot to the solution. What does that ideal end state actually look like? This is where we define the vision for a modern, AI-ready data platform, the engine that's really going to power your intelligent enterprise.
Let's break that down because every word there matters. Scalable means it can grow with you, handling whatever data volume and complexity you throw at it. Governed means it's secure, compliant, and trustworthy by its very design. Cloud-enabled gives you that agility and cost efficiency you need. And the whole point of it all? To serve every single analytical need, from basic reports to predictive AI, all from one single source of truth.
The very first pillar is all about tearing down those data silos we talked about. Unified access means everyone in your organization, sales, operations, risk, you name it, is working from the exact same complete and up-to-date information. This is how you finally get that true 360-degree view of your customer and your business.
And this leads us to our second pillar. It's time to move past those rigid, on-premise systems of the past. A cloud-native infrastructure is elastic. That means you can scale your resources up or down on demand, and you only pay for what you actually use. This gives you the speed and cost-effectiveness you absolutely need to innovate with AI.
Pillar number 3 is all about speed. In today's market, waiting for overnight batch processing just doesn't cut it anymore. You need to be able to process and analyze data the moment it's created. We're talking about real-time fraud detection that can stop a bad transaction in milliseconds, or dynamic personalization that can change a customer's offer while they're still on your website. That's the power a real-time cloud data platform unlocks.
Now, this is a really critical mindset shift. For too long, data governance has been seen as an afterthought, maybe a bureaucratic hurdle. But in a truly AI-ready platform, it's a core, automated feature. Things like security, data lineage, and compliance rules are literally built into the architecture. This ensures your data is trustworthy and your AI is responsible, right from day one.
And finally, the platform has to directly serve its most important user, your AI and data science teams. This means giving them the native tools and frameworks that make their lives easier, that simplify and speed up the entire machine learning lifecycle. Everything from data prep and model training to one-click deployment and ongoing performance monitoring.
Okay, so we have this great vision. The next logical question is, how do we actually build this thing? That is where our architectural blueprint comes in. This is how we engineer the flow of data, turning it from just raw information into real, tangible business value.
I want you to think of your data platform as a kind of sophisticated factory, a data value chain.
It takes in raw data from all these different sources, funnels it through a central system, and then refines it layer by layer until it comes out the other side as a smart insight or an automated action.
Now, this value chain has 5 key layers. Ingestion. That's the front door for all your data. Storage. Think of a modern lakehouse, gives you a flexible and cost-effective place for all that data to live. Processing is where you refine that raw data into valuable, clean assets. Governance acts as the control tower, making sure everything is secure and compliant. And finally, the analytics and AI layer. That's where the magic happens, where you deliver value through dashboards, models, and AI applications.
I really want to double-click on that governance layer for a second, because it is arguably the most critical part, and it's also the one that's most often overlooked. You see, governance isn't about restriction. It's actually about enablement. It is the thing that makes trusted, reliable, and compliant AI even possible.
This quote really says it all. You can have the most advanced algorithm on the planet, but if you train it on bad data, on poor quality, biased, or untraceable data, you are going to get unreliable and maybe even harmful results. The old saying, garbage in, garbage out, has never been more true than it is with AI.
So a strong governance framework has a few key parts. Data quality management is your automated cleanup crew. Metadata and lineage give you a full audit trail, so you know exactly where your data came from and what's happened to it. Role-based access control keeps it secure. Compliance and auditability make reporting a breeze, and data observability helps you proactively find and fix issues before they ever impact the business. All right, let's talk about building for the future. An enterprise data platform can't just solve today's problems. It has to be designed as a scalable AI infrastructure from the ground up, ready to handle the crazy data growth of tomorrow. And this visual really captures the complexity, doesn't it? I mean, think about the data spikes your business goes through. A huge market event for a fintech, or the holiday shopping rush for a bank. Your platform has to handle those moments perfectly, without slowing down or costing a fortune. It needs to be a living, breathing, adaptable ecosystem.
The way we achieve this kind of scale is by sticking to some core architectural principles. A cloud-native design gives you that elasticity from day one. Elastic compute means you can automatically spin up more processing power when you need it and shut it down when you don't. API-based integrations create a flexible system you can easily add to, and real-time analytics capabilities make sure that even at a massive scale, you can still deliver insights in seconds.
Now, I know what you might be thinking. This sounds like a massive project. And you're right, it is a significant undertaking. But the key is to approach it as a strategic, phased journey, not as one giant, multi-year project where you don't see any value until the very end. Here's a proven 5-phase roadmap that works. It's a logical path. You start with a data maturity assessment to see where you are today. Then you design the architecture and establish governance. Only then do you move on to AI integration and optimization. Each phase builds right on top of the last one, delivering more and more value and ensuring you have a rock-solid foundation for success.
And the business impact of doing it this way is huge. We see that organizations that follow this kind of structured path consistently get a 3 times faster time to insight. Think about that. That means you're delivering real, tangible business value from your data in months, not years.
Because ultimately, this is what it's all about. Building an AI-ready data platform isn't really a technology project. It's a business transformation initiative. It's about empowering every single person in your organization to make faster, smarter, more intelligent decisions that are backed by data they can actually trust.
Look, building this foundation is a journey, and having the right partner can make all the difference. If you're a data leader at an enterprise, a bank, or a fintech, and you're looking to really accelerate your AI ambitions, the team at Segmetriq Analytics specializes in exactly this kind of transformation. I encourage you to reach out to them, start the conversation, and begin designing your own AI-ready future today.